So can you see my screen here?
Yeah, I see variable spacing. So yeah, that's perspective. Obviously, that
Hmm.
man is not shrinking. And then you've got fixed spacing. So,
The fixed spacing is what I measured of sunset. That was
so I,
over the course of 3 hours.
so I understand the variable spacing, and I that pretty much makes sense. But okay, you got to explain this fixed spacing now.
It's not perspective. That's it. That's all there is to explain. It's not moving away from us. It's moving down.
So what I see is the sun. No, so the sun is coming towards us, or is it going? So obviously, it's
It's
going.
just going down and sideways, obviously, like,
So
it's
is this a
diagonal.
sunset or a sunrise?
It's a sunset. The
No, it's
point
not
is,
going down. No, it is doing the variable spacing image. It is moving across. I don't see it moving as in a downward motion.
how hard did you have to squint and tilt your head to avoid seeing the fact that it goes down?
With
It's
it,
so obvious. It's
but
going
you already
down.
have the debunk right next to it in variable spacing.
That's
Obviously, it
not a
looks like
debunk. That's
you guys, it
perspective. This
looks
is
like
not perspective.
I can just see if the camera was a bit higher up in the sky, you would see that the sun is not going down below the horizon. You will see that it's moving further away. So the
No,
higher the
that's
camera
not
goes, you'll
correct.
see the sun will rise with it too to match the
That's not
horizon.
correct, Nico. You are speculating to make a magical rescuing device to save your worldview from this evidence, and I'm telling you that your speculation is wrong. It does not set by moving away from us.
This doesn't mean anything. It's a flat image. It's
Oh
really
my
hard to
gosh.
tell because there's so much involved with the height of the sun. Like look, you're like only less than 6 foot from the ground. The sun is a
It
clearly said
doesn't
six
matter.
foot from the ground,
It
right?
doesn't matter, Nico. It
It
does.
does
The
kind of
angles
matter.
and distances and sizes do not matter. Perspective always works the same way. If something is moving away horizontally, it will get smaller and the spacing will vary. I could show you a diagram. I could show you the geometry, the math. It doesn't work. Alpha, the inner angle, is going to vary by an arctangent function, which is not a linear function. That's what this would look like, but that's not what sunset looks like. So this does not represent sunset. It cannot. This is just false. The sun does not do this.
If the sun was going down, it would make the land below it a lot brighter. So the day would just become a more day on a sunset, right?
You're
But it
assuming
doesn't.
that it gets closer to the ground.
Well, that's what you're trying to say is that it's
No,
becoming
I'm trying
lower
to
and
say,
lower, but
Nico,
the
that it's
light
a
is not getting
globe.
brighter and brighter as it gets lower,
Nico,
lower.
Nico, I'm trying to say it's a globe. This proves this plus time zones means it's a globe because if the sun is moving downward at 15 degrees per hour, it's going to keep doing that at different times for every location on Earth constantly. And if you move 800 miles east or west, then you're going to see that process shift by an hour.
So what you're saying, so where the sun is at the lowest point in this picture here, where it's right there at the bottom and it's really red. So you're saying somewhere else on the globe, after it's curved, that sun doesn't appear to be red. It appears to be 12 p.m. in the afternoon somewhere, right? But what we're
Yes.
seeing, we're looking at a sun from this angle, and and someone else is seeing but that honestly, this whole ball earth thing is ridiculous. You guys are the ones creating the science to enforce your cartoon NASA Disney belief system. It's sloppy.
Okay. Laughing at it isn't an argument, Nico. And may I remind you, the Bible does not say one way or another whether it's flat or a globe, which means this is what we have to do to understand what God created. We have to use our brains that He gave us and use our eyes that He gave us. That's what this is.
Talking about light years and distances and mass of Jupiter. Like you guys are just crazy. How do they
What are
measure?
you talking about?
I'm talking about the science you keep referring to that's enforcing this
Okay,
belief
what about the science that's on my screen?
that proves the Earth is flat and not
No,
moving.
it doesn't. It proves that the sun goes below us, which if you believe in time zones, that the only option left is it's the globe. And if we're gonna doubt time zones here, then you could just
No, time zones prove that the sun doesn't set. The sun
yeah,
remains in the sky all the time, right?
in someone's sky, but not mine. It's dark out right now where I am in real life. Because the sun's below me. It's above someone else's horizon, but it's below mine because our horizons are tilted to one another due to curvature. It's a globe.
Brought up some great things that I never looked into or heard for in a while, like robothemism. Like, good job for bringing that up and almost stumping me with that. But,
Thank you.
it didn't last too long because the truth always prevails, and flat Earth, biblical flat Earth is the truth, and we're still prevailing. I gave you the chance to try and bring me back with this big got you moment with the globe Earth, but it's not happening. I've tried to do it for myself for many years. Yeah.
That sounds like a fictional story. I don't know what you're doing.
All right. Awesome, guys. Well, that was highly invigorating.